Today on Drawbli, we are drawing
Rocks.
You can join us by sharing your art online using the hashtag Drawbli and click the subscribe button to be notified of future videos. What kind of rocks are you drawing?
I'm drawing a big old stack of rocks. What kind of rocks are you drawing?
A big old stack of rocks as well, but mine not stacked by human hands, but by most likely tectonic plates crashing into one another.
Oh, I see. Ooh, very interesting.
Right.
Where do you think those rocks are? They look really cool.
I have no idea. It looks a little tropical, maybe. What I'm more interested in looking at those rocks is the trees growing on the sides of these rocks. It's like, it looks really like unbelievable that trees are growing here. Is this a real place? Did I find something
looks so
fake?
Beautiful. I'm sure it's real.
It is very cool. I'm always surprised by where trees will grow, though. I always find it funny.
Oh yeah, life will grow like anywhere, won't it?
Yeah, I mean they'll grow up through concrete and everything else. Like they go ham.
Yeah.
What are you most? Well, I'll start. I was gonna say, what are you most interested in, like learning and practicing with this exercise? But I'll go first because if it seems rude to just ask you out of the blue.
Oh, okay.
I am most interested in practicing some value control, some shading here.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of like really strong shadows in this image that I'm using as a reference. Do you have anything in particular that you want to practice with this piece?
Yeah, I'm trying to. So I'm experimenting with the freehand tool again.
That's a great idea, by the way. That tool is lots of fun.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how it'll go, but I'm just, jumping in there and just seeing what it's all about.
What is it all about?
I have no idea just yet. But I'll get there, won't I?
Well, you've used that tool many times, right?
I have, and I think I'm starting to get the hang of it a little bit more than I used to be. Oops.
What do you like doing with that tool? Because there's a lot of different ways that you can use it. I assume you just make a shape and then drag and drop a color in there? Because I've seen you do that before.
So I'm not exactly sure what to do next. I have now my basic shape of all my rocks on there. And now if I want to, I can create a clipping mask so that, let's say I take a slightly darker shade, I can just, just draw my stack of rocks.
Yeah,
but my thing is each rock, I feel like kind of deserves its own attention. But here's my idea that I had anyway. I want to just do like a value study on the rocks initially with like a really dark color. And then I'll go back in and think about adding in some actual color. But for now, I'm going to use my clipping mask, and I'll go in and just try to underline each of the rocks. There's a lot of darkness on this far side of the rock pile, so just punch that in a bit.
You have a lot of colors on there, too. Are you going to mess with colors too much?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'd like to.
Abby loves her colors.
I do love colors, so ideally I'll get to work with the colors. I think, though, I'm already feeling like I want to get in there more with my freehand tool. I think doing all the rocks as one.
I did the thing. I drew everything on my reference.
I did that so many times in the last couple, and it is so annoying.
Well, it's too late for me to go back now. I've already done it. I've done the deed. So I'm just gonna plow right ahead.
That's all we can do.
I can't go back and fix this one.
No.
No, I'm too far. I'm too deep.
It's too late.
It is far too late.
Is it really, though? Because I've definitely made some little funny what I'll do is I'll select off the reference, erase the reference, and add it back in on a different layer. Have you thought about trying that?
I'll do that later.
I
don't have time for that right now, Abby. I'm trying to work quick.
You got it. You could do it.
Well, I'm a little sad that I did this. It does make it just a little harder, but I will persevere.
You got this.
I'm gonna really get in here with these hard shadows. I feel like this is a really good exercise for me to just see shapes and draw these flat shapes and really try to study that.
This is a hard one. I think we've noticed that whenever we're tackling something new that we're not sure how we want to go about, that's when we find it's the most tempting to just lapse into silence and just just focus. And it's really, really, really hard to do anything except focus in that moment on how hard your artwork is.
No, I'm not good enough to focus.
You're not good enough to focus?
No, I don't deserve the focus. It's true.
You deserve the focus.
I do like kind of what I'm getting here, although I feel like I'm getting a little messy. I don't want to be too messy, but I also don't want to be too clean.
Can't be too clean. Not in these parts.
Think about it.
I'll give it some consideration.
Oh, look at you. You are really using that shape, that lasso
I think
tool.
my initial
That
thought...
is so fun.
It is fun. It is. My initial thought was doing them all as one big stack of rocks, but now I think that wasn't the way. I think to do this right, I have to actually say that each one is its own rock. So I'm going in, doing a very quick color block out per rock, and I'm going to just do this way, rock by rock by rock. And then if there's time at the end, I'll go in and back in and add some texture to each rock, like some real texture. But for now, I'm just adding a little bit of life and spice to each of them individually.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I took your advice. I separated my stuff.
You did. It's just better. You'll feel better about it. You'll be glad you did.
It's just I needed to make some value changes, some corrections to my reference. And I couldn't do that.
No.
I couldn't do that with my stuff on all the same stuff.
No, it simply wasn't going to be possible, I'm afraid.
But I fixed it.
Good. I'm glad
good.
to hear that.
So there are some like rocky texture brushes that are pretty cool and fun. I am seriously like a proponent of just using this basic brush though. I want to get in there. I want to do some stuff. I want to make some shapes.
Get in there.
I want those shapes to look somewhat like the thing I'm drawing, and
You can and you should.
I should, and I will.
I could see that. I mean, there's just so many different ways to do every single thing. There's a million different ways to solve every problem. It's just trying to find, like, what is the best way to solve it for you and for that particular issue, right?
Yeah, I feel like, we don't really watch a ton of drawing tutorials. So, we're kind of figuring stuff out on our own. If you are going to do one of two things, and one of those is, hey, you can watch tutorials all day or you can draw all day, I think you're going to learn a lot more on your own drawing all day rather than you are going to, just watching tutorials. Like, yeah, you might like learn a few things from watching tutorials, but it's very similar to what I recommend for studying anatomy, because a lot of people think that anatomy is the end-all be-all for like learning and studying art. Especially early on, I see it as a very common thing, and the truth is that that's just not how it works. So what I recommend for studying anatomy specifically is that you take a little time to study, look up some information, and then practice that information. Preferably what I even recommend is you don't look up anything really, and instead you, oh gosh, this got really dark here. Well, let me adjust that just a little.
But I'm waiting to hear what your instead is. I gotta hear this choice piece of advice.
Instead, yes. Instead, I think it's better to not reference or look up anything, but instead try to do something. And when you run into those areas of difficulty, then look up that specific thing. So let's say you're you're very new to sculpting the body, okay? Or drawing characters in general, and you try to draw an arm, okay? And you're like, I just really don't understand how the arm connects to the body. How does it connect to the torso? Well, that's a really great time to go and look up some reference and find out what's going on underneath the surface maybe. But if you try to like do a ton of stuff at once, you're not going to remember it.
Yeah.
Like you have to, and the key there is not to just go look up that one thing and say, okay, that's great. But to look it up and immediately apply that knowledge and try to use it. Otherwise you're not going to learn it. It has to be something that you have to apply, and preferably immediately.
Preferably immediately. Interesting.
Yeah, because you're not going to... What's a good example? And it's probably really hard to give an example of you or someone else even trying to do this, because you don't remember, unfortunately. And that is the key point. that you do not remember what you study or what you try to do. Okay, so here, you've looked up some maybe...
Don't remember what you study. Interesting.
Not unless you practice it and do it like...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so, you looked up and watched, I know you subscribed to Losh's Patreon, right?
Yeah.
And you were watching some tutorials. Do you remember some of those tutorials? Like, what was one of the tutorials that you watched?
I started to watch one, but I never got to finish it. Oh, I shouldn't use that as an example then. But about how she draws animals. One of them was about how she cleans up her sketches so that she can use them as the background.
All right, well, let's talk about that one. Was that something that you, like, followed along with? Did you draw when doing that?
I did try to go ahead and copy it pretty quickly right away.
So you were, like, copying and following along. So that's, like, a really good way to do it. Like, following along with stuff can be helpful. As long as, you don't get too automatic with it, and you're just copying without learning. I feel like it's better in most cases to hit pause and try it yourself, and then unpause, go back, take a look. What am I doing that they're doing better, or it's not doing the same for me? Typically that's just because you're not as good at drawing as they are.
Yeah.
You have a lot less experience.
The answer to that part is usually pretty easy. You just have to accept it.
But yeah, like, you gotta practice and apply what you are learning.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's common sense, right? What's your nurse slogan? See one, teach one, do one, right? Something like that?
Oh, yeah. I hear that in medicine. I actually hear that more applied to, like, surgeons and physicians.
Yeah, but
in their life.
it's exactly
But yeah,
the
it works
same here for art, See it, and do it. And, teaching is a great way to also learn yourself. Like, if you hear something, like, repeating it to someone else, like, oh, maybe, I heard this recently.
I
heard this recently, right? Maybe you should
How well do I actually
shot.
Understand it? Yeah.
It's maybe a good way to go about it. Here with these rocks, though, I don't know. I'm just trying to make big blocky shapes. What about you?
This makes me just want to go out in the woods right away.
Your rocks look awesome, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you. Let me take a peek. I like yours.
I think mine are getting, like, a little too complicated.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe you should have focused on, like, one spire instead of multiple.
I like it. I think it's important to stretch yourself. Yes, you should absolutely occasionally...
You know how unflexible I am.
Occasionally bite off more than you can chew. I think it's a good...
Occasionally, she said.
Occasionally. Well, this is the occasion. I'm skipping one of the rocks in this stack, by the way. I decided to.
How could you?
Well, like
Abby, are you not... You're talking about stretching yourself.
And then I don't do it. Maybe I'll add it in. It's an all-white rock, and I just don't know. It's a little different. This does make me want to go into the woods, though, right away and find a creek and stack some rocks. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go stack some rocks in the woods.
Is that something you did as a kid? I don't think I've ever stacked.
I've talked about my dad many times. Whenever we'd go, like, camping or hiking, and we did a lot of that, we'd always stop and have to do, like, a rock stack. And he would do very artful ones.
We need to do a rock stack.
They are so fun to do. I highly recommend doing it. It is really fun.
I've never done a rock stack. I feel
You've never? Oh my gosh, it's the best. You're going to love it. We're going to go to the woods and find ourselves some rocks to stack.
I feel like the best is not how I would describe stacking rocks.
Then you've never
personally.
Stacked rocks, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's such a good time.
What's so fun about stacking rocks?
Well,
Abby?
you know why they call it, like,
I'm very enthused.
They're like,
this.
it's a Zen thing.
Okay, all right.
It's just satisfying.
Okay, maybe I could see this.
Yeah, and it's fun to think about, like, going, along your way and knowing that thing you put up is still sitting there behind you.
Still stacked up. Wow.
Yeah, until some kids knock it down or whatever. And that's okay, because kids are going to do that. It's basically part of the thing.
It's part of the fun.
It's part of the fun. Some kid comes along, the story of my life, and knocks it down.
Some kid comes along, story of my life.
Wait a second. Story of my childhood, I should say. There were always a lot of kids. But yeah, it's really a good time.
It's zen, huh?
We would also collect clay from, like, any clay bank and stop and make, like, spiral clay pots and dry those in the sun,
Spiral?
Like, you'd roll all your clay into one big, long snake.
Okay.
And then
clay snake.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You
I
see
see.
what I'm
Okay,
saying.
like a cinnamon roll, like a pastry, something.
Yes, except in like with a flat base, and then up around it, the sides, you would bring the walls of your clay pot.
Right. Yeah, I got what you're saying. Wow, you had a fun childhood, huh?
We were outdoors quite a lot.
Yeah.
There were way too many of us to tolerate probably being inside all the time.
Yeah, so I was always outdoors as a little kid, and my mom would actually like lock the door.
That's
and, like,
hilarious.
Yeah, like
I did that
you're
all
not
the
allowed
time.
outside. You're not allowed inside. Like,
That's funny.
Stay out there. Which we didn't care.
We were kicked out a lot too. Just like, get out there, gosh darn it. Stop watching TV.
Heck yeah. I was all about the cartoons as a kid. Saturday morning cartoons.
Good stuff.
Did you have any cartoons that you really liked as a kid?
Yeah, all kinds of them.
Like youngest cartoons that you can remember kind of watching.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh.
I never really watched Winnie the Pooh. I did do Looney Tunes probably around that
Oh,
era,
I did
though.
like Looney Tunes also. That's a good one.
My dad loved Bugs Bunny specifically, so we would watch that together.
Bugs Bunny was good stuff.
Yeah, all about the bugs.
Did you watch Cubics ever? That one was.
No, I feel like you've mentioned Cubics before,
Yeah,
but
was this like a fever dream or was this a real thing?
I don't think it was real, Abby. I think Cubics is all in your head.
It was a good show.
Cubics
though.
isn't real. It can't hurt you.
It was a good show.
Which
like
ones?
It was this boy that had this robot that could turn. It was made
Oh,
of
you know what?
cubes.
No, I feel like I do know this.
You do know this.
I do know this.
Yeah.
But no, I did not watch Cubics.
Mega Man was on at the time.
You've also mentioned that, but like I don't remember a Mega Man cartoon. There was a Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon
Oh
for a
yeah,
little.
we watched that too.
It was really bad.
I don't remember because I think my brother watched it, but
Wasn't good.
was it not?
Can confirm.
I don't know if I had that much taste at the time to say whether or not it was good.
No, none of us had any taste as kids. Are you kidding me? We had no idea. It was just whatever was placed in front of us.
Was probably good
Have you
enough.
seen the trash the kids watch now?
Have you seen the
Have you
trash?
seen the Spider-Man and Elsa craze?
I don't know. They're putting out some better stuff for kids these days, I think.
Yeah,
Like,
probably. This is probably very true.
I'm sure some parents out there can attest, because I can't, because I don't know what the kids are watching. But
As our friend messaged us the other day and said, all my kid does is watch this terrible show. Like, please give me other recommendations.
oh yeah, or she wanted music recommendations too.
Well, that was because all they did was listen to this show.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
How's your rocks coming along? Let me see. Oh, you've added some lights in. I like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some more depth, in the values, as we say.
Yeah.
We
Depths in the values.
depths in the values.
I like that. Okay.
How are your rocks going? Can I see?
Yeah, let me just pick out a little grungy texture brush here. So these are my rocks.
Those are nice rocks.
Enjoy. I'm gonna go in here and paint them a little
whoa.
bit with this red color.
That's very
Pop
fun.
them up a bit.
I like that.
Although as soon
Your
as I-
rocks look really good, actually.
Do you
Very
think they look kind
colorful.
of stylized? I've decided maybe they look a little bit stylized. and I
Yeah,
like
they
that.
do. Intentionally or not, they definitely do, and I really like that. That's fun.
Thanks.
My rocks don't look stylized. You have so many fun colors, and you know what? I'm gonna start putting some fun colors on mine here soon. Not yet. Not yet,
Where did
but
this rock
but
go?
soon. Your rocks? Did your rock disappear? Did
One
you
of
lose
them
one?
did. Oh, because he's a clipping mask.
Abby, you gotta. You keep doing this. You keep doing this with the clips.
I figured it out, but now he's all lumpy.
I actually don't even know what you're doing. I don't know. You going
Yeah.
too ham with the clipping masks?
Going to him, once again, I've approached the sun and flown right into it.
That's okay.
That's all right. We'll just fix it.
You just fix it. Hey, give it a little fix.
Yeah, just gotta clean up our edges with our good old friend, the clipping tool. And voila! I think that's a little bit better. And then we'll just turn that off and...
I like the sound effects. That really brings me into the drawing.
I'm glad
brings me
it
into the
brings
process.
you into the drawing.
I am going to add some color here soon, but I just wanna. I should have just done one of these spires, but that's okay.
Aw, I'm sure it's so much better than you. Oh no, I'm looking over. You did exactly right. I think you pushed yourself the exact amount. Because look, you're doing actually a really good job with the amount of spires you have. And if you'd only done one spire, I don't think you would have learned as much. I think those look excellent.
I would have preferred, preferentially myself, to take one spire further. But hey, this is...
No, you've done a wonderful job.
This is what we
Don't
get.
sell yourself short.
Again, I'm just going crazy with the coloring here. Don't look. The color is going to be a surprise. It's going to be some sprinkle on top of this rocked spire. It's going to be great. You're going to love it.
I will love it.
I'm going to like it too.
Obviously. Oh gosh.
Your rocks are so colorful and fun.
I do really like how they turned out. This is one of those ones that's like really surprised me with how much I just enjoy how it looks.
You know what? You're fine. You're done.
You're fired.
You are fired. You're too good at this.
You're having way too much fun, having a good time, making drawings that aren't masterpieces. These aren't even like, you wouldn't even hang these in a gallery. How dare
You wouldn't
enjoy
even
this?
hang these in a gallery, Abby. Oh my god. That should be our mark. We got to get our art in a gallery. I don't know. I've seen some art in galleries that I was very unimpressed by. So
Like, does this deserve to be here?
maybe not a great marker
No.
of success.
But wow, I really like how this turned out so far.
Nice.
This
That's-
is really fun. And now,
that's awesome.
the nice thing about it being where it is, where you actually like it before it's even done, is
You
now,
can ruin it now.
Now I can, well, I can go in and fix a couple like problematic areas and see if I can make it that much better. Because this middle rock here, it's got some issues.
I've been warning you about that middle rock.
Yeah.
Subtly. I've been nudging.
You
Every time you
have
start
not.
working on it, yeah? Well, I need to nudge you harder, obviously.
I guess. Yeah, let's just get a little
That looks
blending
awesome.
in
That looks
there.
so fun.
Thanks. I think so too.
I feel like things looking fun is, half the battle.
Right, right. The amount of different colors in it. Ugh, I love colors.
Abby loves color.
Yeah. Tragically, we lost my footage of a goat picture we did, or chamois picture
Chamois.
that I tried. But I'm
It
not
was
even sad.
not
He was-
choice.
Yeah, he was all muted colors. Well, you might put him up, but he was all kind of like neutral tones. And I just really wasn't able to pump up the colors. And I like this so much better. I love the sunlight you're adding to hit the peaks.
Yeah.
You are adding such a cool stylized. I love that.
Yeah.
It looks like the sun is rising over that. Oh,
Yeah, I'm kind of an artist.
you are kind of an artist.
Or at
That
least
looks
I'm trying.
awesome. No, I love that. Oh, maybe I'll add some more shadow here. This is where we need some more shadow.
I need some more depth. I'm going in
This has been
with...
a really good practice study. I like this one.
Good, good. That is what we need. We need you drawing things that you enjoy, especially after you lose a whole drawing.
I know, it
That's
was really
never fun.
sad.
Yeah, that's never fun. I need to bump up the jams.
Bump up the jams.
We can't
Yeah.
continue to bump up the jams, Abby.
Pump up the jams.
Bump up your values.
Pump up your jams, Bobby.
Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Get them values good. I'm digging it, not...
If you had to like just touch up some final things, what would you do? I feel like you're at a point where you really are you're adding some final touches, aren't you?
Oh yeah, we're both adding them final touches up in here. We're almost done. I'm
Not to
almost...
rush you or anything. I'm just saying it looks like you're doing an excellent job of getting
Stop rushing
things to the point where they're done.
I'm really out of breath here. I'm really drawing fast.
Come on, so fast. So fast. Good job, Ben.
Yeah, I'm getting in there with some extra texture. Let's call it.
Texture, let's call it. Okay, let's call it texture.
Do you feel like you got a lot of texture on your rocks?
No.
Oh
I
no.
don't think it's texture. Almost, I'm more happy with the fact that they don't have that much texture, and they're kind of more just so stripped down a little bit to their natural essences, if you will.
Natural essences.
Essences.
Oh.
They're
It's the core.
yeah. They just are, without being too much more than that.
Oh, I just flipped mine horizontally, and maybe it's not horrible.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that now. Let me go back.
Maybe it's not horrible. It's not good. Hey, everybody. It's not good.
You know
Maybe
what?
it's not horrible.
I like mine even more now that I've flipped it horizontally.
What? Get
Yeah,
out of here.
I
Me
know,
too.
I know. Although I think if I saw anything that I'd want to change, I would just go in and add a little more orange
You know what? These are rocks from a distance, so can you really say that's not what rocks look like? I mean, it's kind of far away, so.
They look stylized.
This is, it's just my art style. Have you seen that picture of the wolf?
Oh yeah, it's just my
Here.
art style.
Here, I'll put that up on screen because it's a really good photo. This is my art style, guys. Come on. All right, I think that is it. I'm gonna have to call my drawing here complete. That's all I got for
That's all
for
she
my
wrote.
rocks.
I'm gonna merge all my
I'm gonna smoosh them down, smoosh them rocks. Let me check out them stones. What? Those look so
Wow.
good
What did I do
and so
there?
colorful. No, don't worry about it.
Oh
It's
my
fine.
gosh.
We'll get it later. Now we're just admiring. We won't look
Oh, no.
at that at all. It's totally fine.
No.
You're not allowed
Let
to
me
take
fix it.
Later, you can fix it later. We know you can fix it. We know you have the ability. What is this rock on top? He's real fun. I like him.
He's just kind of a more of a like
Kind
a,
of looks like it's like a dragon egg. It's like a little
Ooh.
larva.
like
I don't
a-
know.
a
Something.
dragon molar.
I don't know. It's something. It's something. These are so fun and colorful. And look at that. That lighting on this rock looks amazing.
I think so too.
It looks
I'm
really good.
happy with my rock stack.
Yeah, that's a really cool rock
All right,
stack.
now let me see yours.
So
Let me see
colorful and
yours.
fun.
Okay, let's take a look. Oh, okay. I like this so much. I really do. I like most of all that you've added the sunshine onto the spires.
Thank you.
Look at that. Look at that
I
sun.
tried so
back
hard.
up. What I like about this one is you chose a huge piece. And what I like about it is when I back way up,
It does look like rocks.
it does look like rocks.
Hey, when you
It looks
hey,
like
here, hold
stuff
on. No,
close
you
up,
didn't
too.
you didn't zoom out far enough. Take a look at that. Now hold on. Let me hold this real far away from you. What do you think?
I think it's amazing.
Looks like some rock.
No, that looks really good. Are you happy with what you've done here?
Yeah, it's all right. You know.
Yeah?
It's not horrible.
No, I like it a lot. Well, good job. I think we both learned a lot today from our rock study.
Yeah, we did. Thanks for watching, everybody. You can join us, of course, by sharing your rocks online using the hashtag Drawbli. But good luck at drawing rocks as good as us. And, of course, click that subscribe button to be notified of future videos. And this is the part where we say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
That one went really well.
Oh, did it?
Well, the rocks did.
Your rocks did, yeah.